Hey, what's up, everybody? I wanted to talk about the pentatonic scale. So for many years, I've known 5 positions, and it's a great information, and the pentatonic scale is a beautiful sounding scale. The only thing that sometimes happens is that we get boxed into the same position, and therefore our ideas are also kind of very similar. So I want to offer another option that I'm exploring myself recently. And that option is looking at the pentatonic from a different angle. Now, like a lot of things, when you see something from a different angle, finding different fingerings, finding different patterns, you can hear different sounds. So I'm gonna offer this idea of exploring the pentatonic, again, the same 5 notes, 1, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7, 1, but from a different angle. I'm going to look at the A minor pentatonic, and I'm going to try to play 3 notes per string. So basically, I will double notes. Check this out. So this is the classic position that a lot of people know, which is a great position to play. But I'm offering as an idea, as an alternative or addition, if you will, to look at this. So this is the basic position where I'm playing the same notes a few times. Let's go over it really slowly and carefully. Oh, if you haven't subscribed yet, please check it out. It would mean a lot. Thank you. You don't need to play it fast. You can kind of let go, so you don't need to have huge stretches. But what's interesting for me about it is that it will kind of like enforce different colors and sounds, and you can mix it with any improvisation, whether it's jazz, blues, rock, whatever you want. It'll just give you some ideas and also facility, because it kind of lends itself to different permutations that are beautiful. So let's see. The first step is understanding what we're doing. So I'll start with the E string. So I'm playing A, C, and D, and then on the A string I'm playing D, E, and G. And then on the D string, I'll play G, A, and C. So let's start with these 3 for a second. So this is 1, flat 3, 4, and then 4, 5, flat 7, and again, flat 7, 1, flat 3. So the sound is this. If I hear this kind of A, so I'm trying to hear how the sounds and the doubling when I'm playing these notes. If you want to get the full benefit of this lesson, there is a full transcription of PDF annotation, tab annotation on Patreon. Check it out. There's also a free 7-day trial, so you can just grab it. Thanks. That are the same note basically a few times. It gives me some rhythmic inflections and some articulation that is different than playing the same kind of position. As cool as it is, might kind of box us in. So there are a few ways to do it. We'll go over it. First thing, I'm going to play everything alternate picking, just to kind of like make sure that the motion is clear. So you can see I'm basically using my first finger, my second finger, and my 4th finger. So you can let go, so you don't have to stretch. But if you wanted to create a little bit more flexibility with your right hand, you can kind of keep it and create this stretch to allow. Now I know this is a stretch for some folks, so you don't have to. You can totally lift your fingers from the board. So this is how it looks and how it sounds. Now let's do it together slowly. If you don't have a guitar, you can just listen carefully. If you have a guitar, please grab it and play it with me. So I'm starting from the A note. La, do, re, mi, sol, sol, la, do. And again, do, re, mi, sol, la, do, re, do, la, sol, mi, re, do, la, sol, mi, re, do, la. This is the framework. Check this out. 1, 1, flat 3, 4, 4, 5, flat 7, flat 7, 1, flat 3, flat 3, 4, 5, 5, flat 7, 1, 1, flat 3, 4. The numbers are indication of the relationship to the center, and I'm thinking A minor, so la, this is my 1, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7, 1. Again, if this is very uncommon or not clear to you, it's a really good kind of like maybe one exercise before is like la, do, re, mi, sol, la, sol, mi, re, do, la. 1, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7, 1, flat 7, 5, 4, flat 3, 1, 7, 1, dee dee doo dee. Right, so those sounds, we can really get comfortable with them once we are able to hear them, sing them, and play them. And there is a very strong link, and we talk about here in the channel quite often, between what we hear, what we feel, and what we play. So that kind of like pushing our ears and listening and singing will also allow us to play things with more clarity. I'm also offering a 5-day free ear training class if you want, link below, if you want to kind of dive more into ear stuff with me. Okay, so going back here, so you're able to probably play this slowly but surely with alternate picking, which is cool, which is really nice. Another option is to try and play some legato stuff. So that means that I'll play maybe one note and hammer on the other two. So I'm going to basically play downstroke, and I'm going to try and cross the string, play hammer on with those two, next string, hammer, hammer, next string, hammer, hammer, next string, hammer, hammer, next string, hammer, hammer, next string, hammer, hammer. So again, very slowly, I'm trying to work on my legato as well as we speak. So, right, I'm understanding the sound and I'm trying to be somewhat balanced. Again, it's hard to speak and play guitar, but I'll try my best. So I'm playing the note, right, and I'm kind of crossing the string. I'm trying to be somewhat in control here. That was a mistake, right? I played the note B. And it's not bad, it's the 9 in this context, which is kind of nice, but let's keep it pentatonic for now. So I'll play the note C and not B, although I do like it. It's kind of cool. So again, very slowly, downstroke, crossing the string, out, and then the same thing every time, up, the same mistake. I'll do it again, downstroke. As you see, I'm kind of crossing the string and trying to play it. It's something I'm kind of checking out these days. Descending, you can do the same trick, but you can also, I guess something I play in that context would be like down, up, and then pull off. So it's quite easy for me to do that somehow. Easier than other things. So what I'm suggesting here is not only we're learning this kind of pentatonic thing, but we are maybe also working on our legato and trying to understand how to see things differently. So again, listening to this sound, and sometimes when you're playing and you're playing something wrong, or you're not hearing something, or something technical is not clear, it's very helpful to try and articulate in words for ourselves. This is kind of like, you know, troubleshooting a little bit with ourselves, and this is something that I try to do. Is, let's say I can't play this thing, and maybe I just learned it, and like it's not comfortable. So I would try to understand what in this is not comfortable, and sometimes it could be specific transition between the D string and the G string, so I'll work on just that. And of course, if you're seeing this video for the first time, it might not be comfortable, but that's what we're here for. I want us to grow and learn, and sometimes learning is a little bit of work to try and figure out sounds. So we have the idea of color, we have the idea of the pentatonic scale, and then what we want to try and do is a little bit of different angles for that. So the same way we just did the scale here with the 3 notes per string, I can also choose to potentially articulate just the outskirts of that shape. In that sense, I have, and I can still follow that idea that I'm practicing of crossing the strings. So down, hammer, down, hammer, down, hammer, down, hammer, down, hammer. And every time I'm crossing to the next string, so I'm playing the first note and I'm crossing. It will give me this kind of sound. A lot of shapes will come from that pentatonic scale once you start seeing that in different shapes and ways. Now this is, honestly, this is a never-ending exploration, and I'm kind of new to this idea of checking out the pentatonic with the 3 notes per string. So as we speak, I'm exploring that and trying to find permutations and colors. I think the first permutation that I played was one of these. Which is a combination, or if you will, sort of a grouping of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's happening here, I'm starting with a 2 note per string with hammer on, then playing the note E, and then playing the other 2 notes here. So again, the outskirts, seeing that shape, trying to hear it, and then I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, like a lot of things, you can move it up or down the neck. I can do it in, or try to do it in position, which will give us the A minor pentatonic in groupings of 5. I do think that, like a lot of things, the technical side of these exercises and these ideas take time to figure out. And I'm 100% interested in exploring these sounds. And so it takes time before these elements will appear in your solos, right? It's kind of like learning a language or a dialect or anything that you want to kind of compare it to, because we want to be very comfortable and very relaxed with the technical element and the side of it, which might take some weeks or sometimes months. I think what's interesting for us is taking stuff we know, like the classic kind of pentatonic position or the C major scale, but now we have the A minor position with 3 notes, which can lead us. I think what I would do is trying to work on it not in time, right? Seeing how it resembles to the pentatonic scale, but then seeing this shape out of time, hearing it, seeing it, and then little by little, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and like very technical. One, two, three, four, daga, 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 daga. I play that beat all the time because I like it, I guess. But I would want to be comfortable with, quarter notes, 8 notes, triple and 16 potentially, and that was alternate picking, maybe the legato stuff. Again, trying to kind of solidify the technical part and then trying to improvise with that and trying to create. Thank you. I hope that was helpful and interesting. I'll see you in a little bit. Peace out.